John Kruk to many is remembered as the guy who struck out hilariously in the All-Star game against Randy Johnson. If you guys didn't see that video that we made about Randy Johnson a couple weeks ago, the link will be in the description. Personally, I remember Kruk more as a broadcaster, now as the Phillies color commentator, and in the past at the home run derbies. I believe that John Kruk had a much better career than people give him credit for. What is up, my dudes? We are back again with another video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I want to start off by going over his career stats, as you really need to see the big picture before we dive into individual and group seasons. If you were to see these kind of numbers as a manager, you might just want to pass out from pure joy. A .397 on-base percentage really shows how much of an on-base machine John Kruk really was. He also had a .300 career average and an .842 OPS, which equates to a .134 OPS plus to go along with it. Now, if we're going to assess his first All-Star season, that didn't come until his age 30 season in 1991, his 7th season in the majors. However, his sophomore season in 1987 was certainly a season worthy of an All-Star selection. So let's start there. A .406 on-base percentage, .894 OPS, a .313 batting average, .140 OPS plus, 20 homers, and 91 RBIs. Both numbers not far off from his career high of 21 homers and 92 RBIs in his 1991 season. Kruk also had 18 stolen bases to go along with those outstanding offensive stats. John Kruk's 1987 surely seemed like an All-Star worthy campaign. So who won the vote over him? The NL second baseman in the All-Star game that year was Ryne Sandberg. Let's compare their stats. According to the Fangraphs website, Ryne Sandberg had a 2.1 F4 in 1987, which encompasses both his defensive and offensive metrics, which for the Hall of Fame second baseman actually register as the second lowest F4 total of his career, behind only his final season in the majors. John Kruk, on the other hand, accumulated a 3.5 F4, which easily takes down the 2.1 F4 put up by Sandberg. Even in terms of counting stats, John Kruk easily has the upper hand over Sandberg in most categories: home runs, RBIs, batting average, on base, slugging, and OPS. Juan Samuel, the 1987 All-Star Game reserve at second base, also had significantly better stats than Sandberg, and he definitely should have started that game. While John Kruk probably fit in more as the reserve All-Star in 1987, it nonetheless should have been another accolade in an underappreciated career. Mid-season 1989, John Kruk was traded from the San Diego Padres to the Philadelphia Phillies, and this is when the tide started to change. Fast forward another year, and we've entered a new wave for baseball talent. The thing to know about this time in the early 1990s is the NL MVP voting was in a Barry Bonds stranglehold, as he won the MVP in 3 out of 4 seasons between 1990 and 1993. In that one season he didn't win MVP, he finished second and arguably should have won it that year. In all reality, Barry Bonds isn't the sole reason players like Kruk didn't even sneak into the top 10 in MVP voting. The bar was set high with players like Tony Gwynn, Will Clark, Barry Larkin, Larry Walker, and Greg Maddux tearing up the league, just to name a few. Let's take a look at what John Kruk did during a span from 1991 to 1993. He appeared in all 3 All-Star games during this span and finished 17th, 14th, and 16th respectively in MVP voting. While he didn't garner enough votes to make it in the top 10, the numbers I'm about to show you speak for themselves. Playing in an average of 149 games a year, this was by and large the most durable Kruk was throughout his career. He averaged 50 extra base hits a season, 15 homers, 82 RBIs, a .311 batting average, .407 on base, .880 OPS, and an almost 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. After that third straight All-Star finish at age 32, things seem to be looking up towards a dominant stretch for 5 to 7 years to come. However, that's not how the cards fell for John Kruk's career. In the spring of 1994, a testicular cancer diagnosis put a hold on his season. When he recovered from the procedure, he was able to get back on the field surprisingly just 1 week into the season and put up some very strong numbers. During May of that same season, he underwent arthroscopic surgery on his right knee and missed a few weeks. With the labor stoppage in 1994 shutting down the season early, John Kruk was only able to appear in 75 games that year. At season's end, John Kruk was granted free agency. It wasn't until May of the following season when he eventually signed with the Chicago White Sox. Just 2 months after signing with the White Sox, Kruk decided that his chronic knee soreness was hindering his ability to compete and called it a career after 10 MLB seasons. John Kruk's media statement regarding his retirement read, The desire to compete at this level is gone. When that happens, it's time to go. John Kruk had battled through plenty of adversity in his career, and I don't really blame him one bit for deciding to retire early. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later. I'm not